It's our final 2 games of the season. Please let us win them both, and please can we make it into the Football League this time? I don't want to have to do the playoffs. Oh! Hello and welcome to part 53 of Backing the Boro. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have our final 2 games of the league season. The regular league season, I'm going to have to start saying. Away against Hereford and then away against Boston as well. 2 away games. Yay. You know what happened since you were last... In fact, you don't know what's happened since you were last with me. Since you were last with me, we haven't played any games. We have lost 2 key players, though. James Ball has a broken collarbone. He'll miss the rest of the season and the playoffs. Sedwin Scott will miss the rest of the season and the playoffs with a hernia. And Sir Tom Elliott has got a bruised ankle as well, but because he's Sir Tom Elliott, he's going to play regardless. We've got to win, and this is the team we're putting out there to do it, and it's very much a makeshift attack at this point. We've got Can in goal, a back four of Anderson, Redhead, Sawyer and Williams, with an injured Sir Tom Elliott in midfield with Taylor and Hurd, and then Mason in behind Omar and Fuster. He does not look as threatening as some of the front threes that we've been able to put out at various points of this season. We've taken our star striker, Mason, out of the attack because he's the only one who can play attacking midfield properly. And Omar's playing out of position as a target man in his first start since about October. And Fuster, despite having that little purple patch where he scored a lot of goals in quick succession, he's now stopped scoring goals again. And he's playing as our main attacking striker. We don't have any attacking players on the bench either. The only one we've got is Akeem Forte, who's a 18-year-old striker who we signed on a free transfer in the summer. He's played 2 games, didn't look any good. He's already agreed to join Shamrock Rovers in the summer. So even if he turns out to be good, it'll be just for these games and then he's gone and we're already 1-0 down and the season's basically over at this point. Oh, who are Tranmere playing? We'll have a look in a second. I can't believe we're going to have to go through the playoffs. I talked about it on the last episode as well. Not only are we having to go through the playoffs, we're having to go through the playoffs after crumbling against other teams who were in the playoffs. We've played Hartlepool, we've played Dagenham, and these are the teams that we're going to have to get through in the playoffs. Are they going to score again? Oh my goodness me. 2-0 down after 17 minutes. I'm not even looking at the replay on that one. I'm too busy seeing what Tranmere are up to. Tranmere are playing against Cobblers, and it's still 0-0 in their game, but it doesn't really matter because we're losing 2-0 away from home against Hereford. We're not coming back from this. We've got to score 3 goals at least, and we're playing a makeshift attack. That this combination of 3 players have never played together before up front. Fuster, has he got anything in him? Beats one man, runs straight into the next, and Hereford start another attack, but Redhead intercepts. It's a ball over the top for Fuster, who scores. Perhaps he does have something in him then. 1 down, 2 to go. And we're still awaiting for a Livesey Mason goal. He supposedly scores every 84 minutes of league football, but he's played a game and a half in the last episode and didn't score at all. So he owes us 2 goals really today. So hang about. Mason owes us 2 goals. We need 2 goals to get back to where we're supposed to be in this game. It's almost as if it's preordained, written in the stars. Livesey Mason hat-trick in the second half propels us to the top of the league as we're helped there by Northampton beating Tranmere. I mean, it is like a poem. It's just marvellous stuff if it happens. But, of course, that's a big if. So Tom Elliott still running around on one leg, but he'll do that all day long because he's Sir Tom Elliott and he's a hero. We've got to get back into this game, and I don't have anything in the way of an attacking change. There's nothing I can really change up. I could try doing a flat front 3 to get Mason into the attack, but I don't know the combinations of players you play in a flat front 3, and this doesn't feel like the time to experiment with it. Fuster's in again and misses again. Right. I'm gonna just swap them around. We're gonna do that because it's something a little bit different. It gets Mason further forward. I don't know how effective Mason's going to be further forward without the chances being created from behind him. He loves a through ball from Ball, and without Ball there, I don't know how much Omar's going to create for him. And I thought we were going to concede the 3rd there. Oh. Tranmere they're now drawing. I thought they were losing. Tranmere now drawing against Northampton. The gap is back down to 2 points again. There's still the chance to backdoor this. We don't want to go through the back door. In fact, to be honest, I'm absolutely going to take the back door if it's offered to us. But it would be nice to not just crumble in any important game that we ever get at the business end of a football season. And it just seems to be the Nuneaton way. Well, I'm not bringing Forte on. That just seems stupid. I am going to bring on Lionel Stone. I'm going to stick him there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And so Tom Elliott's going to be a box-to-box midfielder, and he's going to like it because he likes everything. And you can be that. Why are you that? No, you're going to be that. Are you better that way round? Yeah, you're better that way round. And then Stone's just going to sit in there and do the defending. Redhead's not had a good game, so we'll take him off as well. And then we'll bring Forte on with 10 minutes to go if we can't get a goal out of Omar. Can't believe it. Mason just has absolutely bottled it. Mason was so important for so long. He's still top of the average ratings in the entire division. He's going to win the conference player of the season. But when it really mattered, at the business end of the season, he just went on his holidays early. Right, ball over the top. Omar can't get a hold of it. And it's back with Sir Tom Elliott, who finds Hurd, Omar, Stone, much further forward than we've ever seen Lionel Stone before. Sir Tom Elliott. Omar plays Hurd through, who inexplicably squared it to Fuster, and it worked. I have no idea what Hurd was thinking there, but goodness me, was it effective. He could only assume, he must think he was playing FIFA, because this is how you score goals in FIFA. But Hurd, just shoot there, but no, squares it across to the man with the angle, who tucks it away, luckily. It was a pretty tight angle. I still don't know what Hurd was even thinking, but we've now got a chance. If we can grab a winner, do I make the change? Omar is not playing well. Right, Forte's a proper target man. That's decision made. We bring on the young striker who we already know is leaving. And we hope he's got a goal in him. He can just make himself a one-game hero. He'll go down in Nuneaton history as the man who got us promoted and then left because he already had his transfer arranged. Oh. Tranmere are now winning in their game again, so it's all of a sudden less important that we find a winner because we're not going to win the league anyway because, it actually becomes mathematically impossible unless we grab a winner now because it's a 4-point gap with one game left and we've got 3 minutes of injury time or 3 more minutes of injury time to try and find something from somewhere. It's a bit late, I know, but we'll go overload. Hurd is in! Forget overload! Counter! Right. Back door. Oh my goodness, how are we top of the league? Have Northampton equalised? What is going on in the... Northampton have had a 90th minute equaliser while we hit what will hopefully be a 90th minute winner. And all of a sudden, we've gone from not being able to mathematically do it with a game to go to top of the league with a game to go. Please don't mess this up from here. Oh my goodness me, this is utterly ridiculous. What a wonderful and hideous game Football Manager can be at times. But with a game to go, we once again find ourselves top of the league with a far superior goal difference. And we're playing against Boston, the first ever team we managed in a non-league to legend save on YouTube. I feel like there should be some symmetry. Please, come on lads. Whew. That was a stressful 2 weeks between these two games. There's no changes to the team going into this last game other than the fact we've swapped Hurd and Sir Tom Elliott across because when Sir Tom Elliott got his 4 goals, he was doing it as a Mazzala. We want to give him the opportunity to do that one more time and make himself an absolute hero. I'm still not comfortable with this front 3. And we have a different option as a striker today. Elijah Adebayo. It will be his final appearance for the club if he comes on. This is the centre-back we signed 2.5 seasons ago on $3,000 a week. Imagine if he comes on and scores the goal that gets us promoted. We've also had some backroom upheaval while you've been away. Hold on, how do we go to transfers, staff history? Our assistant manager left. Lewis Roberts walked out to go and become manager of Woking, who are lower down in our division. The guy I was going to replace him with, Liam Trotter, then left his under-18s assistant manager position to go and become under-18s assistant manager at Colchester. my director of football brought that guy in, and I've brought in a 22-year-old manager, assistant manager to assist me. He's a non-league to legend veteran. Ryan Cam was involved, I think, in my Boston team 2 years ago as a youngster. I don't remember what position he played, but he's 22, made it through until 2020 as a player for Boston, and then became an assistant manager at Eastbourne, and he's still only 22, but looks pretty decent. I got very few applicants, which I find quite hard to believe, but what can you do? We're playing Boston now, and we've got a former Boston youth player involved in his first match, taking a team talk against his old club, and look at that, he did a proper team talk as well. Ryan Cam is a hero. Yes, I couldn't say, yes, the players have been great. Don't care who he is. We just need to win. Right, what are Tranmere doing? Tranmere are playing against Barrow. Barrow are in the relegation zone, but they have a chance for survival. So Barrow are going to be giving it their everything to try and stay in the league. And hopefully they'll just grab an upset and we don't need to worry about what we do. But straight away, Tranmere, less than 10 minutes on the clock, 1-0 up against Barrow, and we have work to do. Oh... Has it got another twist for us? Is it going to let us have another unlikely performance? Fuster's in and misses again. I mean, when it mattered in the last game, he did score 2 goals, but still missed more chances than he scored. He's such an inconsistent striker. We just want some goals from him today. And Livesy Mason, let's not pretend I've forgotten about you, because you owe us about 3 goals at this point, if we're looking at your every 84-minute ratio. There's another media report this week. Mason's the favourite to win National League Player of the Season. Well, player of the first 40 games of the season, maybe, because for the last 6 games, he has been completely absent. I know we're playing him out of position, but still, he's made a run here, though, and Fuster with the cross, and it's a terrible cross. We had both Omar and Mason lining up in the middle to tuck that away, and it missed both of them. Anderson does brilliantly there, though, crosses behind everybody, but Sir Tom Elliott picks it up on the edge of the area and finds Fuster out to Williams for the cross, and it's Omar, and he misses. Omar hasn't scored this year, I don't think. He was pretty prolific before his injury, but now he's done. I think we'll be letting him go over the summer, assuming his contract is up. I don't actually know. Right, we're going to shift our front 3 around again because it's not working the way it is, so we're going to try it like that. Get Mason up as a striker for the second half. Tranmere is still winning their game. Can we see how much they're winning it by? They're just still winning 1-0 at the moment. So there's a chance we could still have a favour done to us by Barrow. You'd think they'd be putting up a little bit more of a fight, but then you could say the same thing about us. We should be putting up a bit more of a fight. We could potentially make it into the Football League for the first time in our history, but now we're losing. Oh, I don't want to have to do the playoffs. Just as a reminder for everybody who's already got their bottle job comments ready, our media prediction was like 18th. The board just wanted me to avoid relegation this season. This is still an incredibly good season, even if we don't go up automatically, even if we mess up the playoffs. We've still massively overachieved, but to get so close that we can taste it, can't help but want it now. Right, Hurd plays it forward to Mason, who owes us a hat-trick. Can't cross, but gets the ball back again, and it's out to Williams, who can cross. He finds Fuster. He tries to find Fuster. Fuster wins a penalty. I don't really understand what that penalty's for, but it's Sir Tom Elliott with a chance for an equaliser. Can he become the hero once again? Sir Tom Elliott with the penalty. He scores. That man, when it matters, Sir Tom Elliott is right there. Please have another performance of spectacular magnitude today, Sir Tom. Right, level again. 40 minutes to grab a winner, but Boston are in again and it smacks off the crossbar, cannons away into the crowd. Remember, we've got a far superior goal difference to Tranmere, so if we can find a winner from somewhere, we will go up. Obviously, if we don't, we won't. I mean, it's pretty simple. I don't think I need to explain that, really. Mason can't even beat his man. Oh, but he does win it back. Mason does quite well there and then draws the foul out of the Boston defender. And we've got a free kick and an opportunity from Taylor. Cross comes in, but no one's really alive to it. It did fall to a blue shirt, but we didn't get to see what became of it. So presumably nothing did. That's a good challenge from Williams. Ball over the top for Mason to chase. This is his bread and butter, but he's trying to close down his man, and he does close down his man. Crosses to Fuster, and there's a goal. There's 35 minutes still to play, but as it stands right now, with 35 minutes of the season remaining, we are top of the league again. And Livesey Mason, I've given him a hard time in the last 2 episodes. He does absolutely brilliantly there. And Fuster, when it really, really, really mattered, somehow managed to find a finish. Right. I don't want to touch anything, I'm afraid. What I really want to see is Tranmere to drop down to 90 points and then down to 88 points as Barrow have a storming comeback. But I'm happy. I'd be really happy if we could grab another goal. Sinclair's the guy who got a hat-trick, I think, against Hartlepool in the... Can makes a super save. I was trying to make the point we need to be afraid of Sinclair because he single-handedly took Hartlepool out of the promotion push a couple of matches ago, and there's an equaliser, and it is Sinclair. We've just got to go up and do it again. We never do these things the easy way. You know what? You know how this is. It's the game knows we're in this for the story. Ted Can made a brilliant save, and then in the next time we see him, did that. Oh, the stress and the tension running through my body at the moment. I'm not built for this. Right, this change worked in the last game. I'm going to do it again. I want to push Hurd forward, so I'm going to take off Omar and get Hurd up there. And box to box for Sir Tom. Taylor can just go and support. I don't want to have to bring Adebayo on. We'll bring on Laskowski for Redhead. 10 minutes and then Adebayo comes on up front. At the expense of Fuster, presumably. I don't think I can take Mason off in the circumstances. Right, it's Fuster to Sir Tom Elliott. Has he got something spectacular in him? It felt like another penalty, the way Mason was pushed off the ball. Sir Tom Elliott again, but that's a poor pass this time. Imagine if he ended up being the villain of the piece. And it's Can. What can he conjure up? Nothing. It's just a kick straight to one of their players, and it gives them the opportunity to break on us again, and we've let them get in behind, and Can does well this time. It's absolute end-to-end nonsense at the moment. I'm pausing to see what's going on in the Tranmere game. They're now 2-0 up, and Barrow down to 10 men. It's all on us. We can't rely on Barrow doing us any kind of favours, and I can't believe I'm doing this in the circumstances, but I'm going to bring Adebayo on. Hurd needs to be attacking. This is the biggest call of my managerial career. Fuster's the man in form. No, I can't do it. I've got to keep Mason on. I've got to believe there's a goal in him. Right, and hold on. Overload. And do I put the pug mask on? I don't want to waste it. It shouldn't have come down to this. We were so good for so long. There's Adebayo. Plays the ball for Mason. He's very deep, though. It's not really the area Mason strives. Cross comes in, and we were all near post, and the ball went far post. We had about 6 players up there. That's just silly. Anderson's very far forward, and no. Because we're committing so many men forward, we're going to have these big gaps behind us. But we've got to find the goal. We want about 15 minutes of injury time. We're not. This is the last highlight. This is going to be the last move of the game. Mason to Sir Tom Elliott. It's just. I think we're out of ideas. Laskowski, ball over the top. Is Mason onside? Adebayo is in the middle, and obviously he was never going to score. It was a poor cross, but just for a minute there, I just thought for a moment we might have had something ridiculous happening. But it seems sometimes even I don't get the ridiculous, and I think unless there was some last-minute magic from Barrow, it's going to be the playoffs at the weekend. We could still get up. It's still been a good season. It could still end positively, but unfortunately it hasn't ended with a league title. Playoffs it is. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.